We're gonna make a lot of enemies from this, aren't we? Sorry, but it's just not plausible that the Earth is flat. Now, whether this was something that was started by an elaborate troll or a cult leader, it's just an insane theory that's caught on like wildfire in only the last few years, despite the theory being around for hundreds of years. Well, in today's video, we'll be going over 6 reasons why the Earth can't be flat.
6.
Take a plane ride. I mean, obviously, it's expensive and you'd need to change planes often, but the belief is that if you were to try and go around the world by plane or boat, you'd eventually come to the edge of the world and fall straight off. This belief is completely bogus, although we will say, thank God that they didn't say something even more stupid like you'd teleport back to the other side of the world or something when reaching the edge. If you've ever taken a trip out of the country, specifically long-distance trips, you could notice 2 interesting things about planes and the Earth. First fact being that planes can travel in a relatively straight line for a very long time and not fall off any edges. Not to mention, as we previously stated, they can also circle the Earth without stopping. The other fact being that if you look out the window on a transatlantic flight, you can, most of the time, see the curvature of the Earth on the horizon. Unfortunately, flat earthers came up with an excuse for this by saying that the windows on a plane bulb out, causing the view to be distorted and look curved, even though the plane's wing looks normal from any window you can see it from. As you can probably tell, it's quite a task debating with some flat earthers.
5.
Time zones. This should have been a dead giveaway to the fact that the world isn't flat. I mean, how else would time zones exist? Okay, for example, let's say that the time now in New York is 12 p.m. The sun would be at its peak in the sky. In Beijing, at the same moment in time, which would be around 12 o'clock a.m., midnight, the sun is nowhere to be found. In Adelaide, Australia, it's 1:30 a.m., more than 13 hours ahead. There, the sunset is long gone, so much so that the sun will soon rise up again at the beginning of a new day.
4.
Lunar eclipse. Next time there's a lunar eclipse, July 27th, 2018 to be exact, make sure to take note of the Earth's shadow during the event of the eclipse, particularly during a partial phase. Now, have you noticed how the Earth's shadow always appears to be a piece of a near-perfect circle? If the Earth were a flat disk, that means there's only one possible orientation that the Sun-Earth-Moon alignment can take place in to create a circular rather than elliptical shadow, with the Earth's disk perpendicular to the Sun-Moon plane. This would mean that the Sun would need to be at the midnight position relative to the right side of Earth, and yet lunar eclipses occur at all different times depending on where you are on Earth.
3.
Images from space. We already know what you're going to say here. Those images taken from space don't mean anything. It's a government conspiracy, I tell you. Well, even if this was the case, what reason would the government have to lie about this? In the past 60 years of space exploration, we've launched satellites, probes, and people into space. Some of them got back, some of them still float through the solar system, and possibly even beyond our solar system. And as you can probably guess, many of these satellites transmit amazing images to our receivers on Earth. And hey, guess what? In all of these photos, the Earth is spherical, not flat. Checkmate.
2.
Simply watch a sunset. Go on, treat yourself. Go to the beach, grab an ice cream, and watch the sunset. At least the ice cream will help you deal with the burning truth. Now, this is a strange one to try and explain, so please bear with us. Now, make sure you have a clear view of the horizon in front of you, and you'll also need to have some form of elevated point that you can quickly access. A hill, a building with at least 2 floors, or perhaps even a tree if you're athletic enough. It doesn't have to be a massive height, but you do need to have some form of elevation from the ground. We'll call it point B. Watch the sunset from point A, and once the sun is out of sight, hurry on over to point B. With the added elevation provided by point B, you should be able to see the sun above the horizon. Now tell us, how could that be possible if the Earth was flat?
1.
Different stars are visible from different latitudes. This is surefire proof that the Earth isn't flat. Look up at the night sky from a very high, that's northern latitude location, and you'll see the Big and Little Dippers, the bright orange giant Arcturus, and the Pleiades, among other sights. Now you're probably thinking, well, what's your point? Well, put it this way. If you were to try and look for these constellations from, say, the South Pole, none of these celestial sights are visible. But you can see Alpha Centauri, the Magellanic Clouds, and the Southern Cross, which are not visible from the previously mentioned northern latitude location. If the Earth were flat, everyone on the night side of the Earth would see the same sky. This is another observation that the flat earthers can't account for. So there you go, some logical facts you can use to argue that the world isn't flat. All we'll say is good luck. But that's our list. Did we leave any other facts out that you know about? Let us know in the comments section below. Please remember to subscribe and tap the bell button to be notified when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more Elite Facts.